This one's rattling quite a bit. Hey guys, so I'm here in Salt Lake picking up my 2 new mow truck beds. Made an offer on it. He accepted. I'm here taking them to the paint shop now. Just dropped them off. And hopefully they'll be ready in a week. And then I've got to take them to decal shop. So I'm thinking Thursday, 2 weeks from now, I should have these up and running. So this week I got a new sprinkler manager.
Hey
Dan,
guys.
how you doing?
All right.
Hey, so quick question.
Absolutely.
So you're a professional. You've been doing this for 12 years.
Yeah.
What attracted you to this job or to take the job?
The opportunity, really.
Okay.
I mean,
Anything in particular specific?
great energy.
Okay.
I like the energy I get here.
Nice.
Great team to work with.
So like when you walked in, or was it me particular or
No,
what
just
else?
the atmosphere.
Okay.
Everybody's ready to work. Nobody's just standing around.
Nice.
Kind of like, what is he doing here?
Yeah.
So more of a welcoming
Okay.
culture.
Great. So what kind of challenges have you seen? You've been here. Yesterday was his first day, and we did administrative like training on the service autopilot system. Kind of some basic pricing, little administrative stuff. Like what do we say over the phone? But at what you've seen so far, what do you think is like my biggest like wrench in the system?
Just learning how to use the system.
Okay.
Well, like all systems, you got to get used to it.
Yeah.
Kind of navigate through it. But
Anything you think you can improve just by the one day you were here?
create a better system.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Mainly use what I have and use what's there and create something that's better.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I have all the ingredients. I just got to mix them together.
Totally. And at first I'm here to help you out, but at some point you take the reins and you take control of it. And so far you've been doing great. He has some systems already in place that we're already kind of talking about and how we're going to implement that. So on Monday we'll have a meeting with all the sprinkler guys and go over some of those things. And I'm really excited. You don't even know. Like,
Sweet.
I just love having you here.
Cool.
Guys, so somebody in the comments the other day put that they'd like to hear me on how I got my mowing revenue up to about $16,000 a week. I think that's a great question. I appreciate that. So let me try and answer that as best as I can, because it's not as easy as I thought it would be when I first read that comment. I was like, oh, well, I just got a bunch of lawns. But no, that's not the key. The key to growing your lawn maintenance division, mowing, to 16,000 is a bit of a process. In my case, it's like a big process because I actually bought another company, but I'll go into that in a second. So, route density is definitely something you have to do, because you need to mow as many lawns as you can back to back to back in the shortest amount of time. So as long as they're close to each other, you can accomplish that. But the most important thing, even more important than that, is to get the revenue per cut up. So let me give you an example. I had about 176 lawns probably 3 years ago. My average cut per lawn at that time was like $32 to $34, something like that. So if you divide 32 times 176, I think I was somewhere around $6,000. That's how much we were doing, and I felt like my guys were doing good, fast, efficient. They were getting done, good times, and dang it, he's so loud. So let me see if I can pick up where I left off. My revenue for 176 houses at $32, $34 a cut was somewhere around $6,000. Now, I felt like we were doing a great job with efficiency. We were cutting the grass fast. Route density was awesome because I was in a much smaller area than I am now. The houses were a lot smaller, the yards, and we were at, so anyway, but I was still left wondering, where the heck is all my money going? You know, I would sometimes write down every single expense, and at the end of the month, I felt like I wasn't making any money, and sometimes I was paying myself just the bare minimum, and I was getting really frustrated. So what happened was I realized that my per cut rate revenue was so low, I needed it to be from $34 all the way up to $50. I had to do that. So at one point, I basically sent an email to all my customers letting them know that I need your price to be this or I can't mow anymore. Not just for you, I'm literally probably going to shut down the mowing division because we're not making enough money to sustain this business. That was pretty much the email I wrote out. And I had the prices there on the email, so all they had to do was just say, yep, that sounds good, go for it. And that worked so well. There was a very small amount of customers that made a big deal. Some of them ended up leaving, even if they didn't make a big deal, but because they just found somebody in the meantime they were letting me mow it with those new prices until they found somebody else, which is totally understandable. I mean, that's going to happen. But my mindset was like, I don't care if I lose 100 of these customers, I'll still have 76 customers, enough for me to mow myself if I have to, or at least a crew to mow a route. Like, I was all in on this decision, and it was such a good decision because I went from $6,000 a week to $8,000 a week, literally overnight, because I raised my prices and they were exactly where they need to be. Now, I moved into this new service area. The yards are a lot bigger. They're like 2.5 times bigger than what I'm used to. So I definitely need to raise my prices. I've looked into it. I'm not a real numbers guy. I go off of gut feeling. I go off of what I see coming in the different revenue streams that I have. But I definitely notice that I need to raise my prices. We're not hitting our man-hour rates anymore. But that brings me to another thing that I need to think about here is I need to wait till this growing spring season is over, because this is where the grass is usually taller, it's wetter, it's just we're getting a lot of first-time mows. So I think it's just better to just cool off a little bit, wait until maybe June, July, see what my revenue man-hour rate numbers are at that point. Then I could make plans for the winter, because not only is changing prices kind of a big process, but for me it's a really big process because I've got to change all the custom fields, and that's a lot of work for the office. So I actually need to make sure they have the time to do that. And so we need to wait till we're a little bit slower, but I definitely need to do that with this new area. Now, whether I'm going to rip another Band-Aid off and make my existing customers' price go up like I did the first time, or just raise the prices on new customers that come in, I definitely recommend, if you're just changing your prices for the first time, like if you're so fed up that you're not making any money, I would let all your existing customers know that you are raising their price if you want us to keep going. Now, I did that change during the cutting season. I didn't even wait till like the year was over because I was that fed up. But if you're feeling that fed up, don't let fear stop you from doing that. Just think in your mind, you know what? If I lose this many customers, I'm still going to have this many customers, and I believe you'll be pleasantly surprised. But anyway, so when I did that, it brought me immediately to $8,000, maybe even a little more if I remember right. So this new company that I bought, their revenue was like something like $14,000 in revenue. But when I took over, I did retain a lot of customers, but you always lose customers every year to attrition. So my 8,000 revenue customers that I had last year, you know, I lost some of that going into the new year. And when I bought this new company that was doing something like 12 or even more in revenue, I can't remember what the number was at this point. Things are so crazy. So there's, I don't know split, but now both together, meshing them both together, I'm at $16,000. Now that's a little different, whereas, you know, I was only at 8, now I'm at 16. So basically I doubled my revenue, which I knew I would when I bought this company. It was a strategic buy. I mean, when I saw the opportunity, I immediately saw the potential. I saw basically my mowing revenue numbers immediately. And I think they can do better. I just need to raise my prices with the bigger properties that I was just never used to really mowing. So I didn't really have good production ratios for them anyway. So I'm not beating myself up over it because, you know, we're just getting through it. I have great guys. I know that we have a team here that's getting stronger and better, and a lot of things are going good. So I just want to get through this spring growing season. Then I'll reassess when we're actually, you know, things are going smoother and people are finishing their routes faster. So anyway, hope that helped. That's how I made my mowing division to $16,000 a week. Guys, if you like what I'm giving you, please subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one.